What's going on, guys? It's Mr. Doggy Cat here, back with another Hypixel Skyblock video, and in today's video I'm going to be explaining foraging. So I know I did a video on this like way back in the beginning of this series, and I kind of explained it, but I didn't explain it very well, so I figured I'd come back and explain it better. This is going to be a shorter video because there's not much to explain about foraging. And also I wanted to say before we get into it, I am running out of video ideas for Skyblock. And so if you guys know anything that I missed and you want to know more about it, you can tell me in the comments. I will say I'm going to do the rest of the dungeons, explain some about that, and then other than that I could not think of anything else that I need to explain, so yeah. But enough with that, let's start talking about foraging. So basically you get oak wood on the hub, and then you come to the park to get all the rest of the wood type. Birch is useful in order to get the foraging sack, which I don't actually have one. Let me show you here. So birch collection is good in order to get the foraging sack, which basically just holds the wood. I will say all the sacks that you can make, they're pretty useful, but the ones that are actually like super useful are the enchanted ones, which basically allow you to hold enchanted wood and like enchanted mining stuff and all that. Those are really useful because you can just use a super compact or a personal compactor to compact the wood into its enchanted form, and you don't even have to worry about filling up a normal sack because that'll fill up very quickly. So that's what birch is used for. Spruce, I don't think there's very many things. That's dark oak. I don't think there's much under the spruce wood collection that you need besides a wolf pet. Actually, I completely forgot about wolf pet. So wolf pet, you can craft it by 8 stacks of enchanted spruce wood, and you're going to want a wolf pet because a legendary wolf pet gives you combat wisdom, and combat wisdom helps you get slayers quicker because it gives you more XP, and slayers are based off of XP. So that's why a legendary wolf is very useful. And how you get a legendary wolf is you have to use either you have to use a normal enchanted egg and get a common to rare wolf and then upgrade it at cat, or you have to use a super enchanted egg, or omega enchanted, I don't know what it's called. It's a super enchanted egg, and basically then you have a 20% chance of crafting a legendary and an 80% chance of crafting an epic. And if you don't get the legendary, then you're gonna need another 8 stacks of enchanted spruce wood to then upgrade it to legendary at cat, which I'll show you guys where cat is in a moment. Dark oak, I can't think of I don't think I've farmed that much dark oak. I don't think it's useful. Helling candle, which basically makes it so that mobs can't spawn on your island. So that's why acacia is really good. I haven't gotten one yet because I don't care that much, but I am going to start working on it. Also, acacia birdhouse is kind of useful because it gives you ferocity, which is like pretty decent, I think. So yeah, but then that's like super expensive as well. And that's all that acacia is useful for. And then jungle gives you the jungle axe, which you need. The jungle axe helps you cut down trees better. And it also gives you the ocelot pet, which the ocelot pet gives you foraging wisdom. which basically just gives you more XP while mining trees. And I also think a legendary ocelot might give foraging fortune, but I'm not 100% sure on that because I don't currently have one. And how you get the legendary ocelot is the same as the wolf. And of course the oak trees, which are in the hub. Thank you. So the oak trees are over here. I showed that in the first video that I did on this. And basically what oak trees are used for is they get like the minion chests. So small storage that gives 3 extra storage space to minions, and then there's medium. Medium is pretty easy to craft. It's only 8 enchanted wood and a small storage, which is only like a stack of wood. And so medium storage is really great. Of course, if you have the resources, you can go for large storage, but it's like super expensive, 4 stacks of enchanted oak wood per one, and it only gives like 6 extra slots. So unless you're like going to AFK your minions and you can't like get online, then large storage isn't super useful. And then of course, last thing is I was going to show you guys cat, which cat is over here. So you spawn in the hub right here, you go this way, and you get to cat. Basically you put a pet in here, cat will tell you the cost and the time it takes to upgrade the pet, and yeah, basically that's how you get your pets upgraded. I do advise using a chicken minion at pretty much all times on your island so that you can get super enchanted eggs, because then you just have to spend less time waiting for cat to upgrade the pets if you get an epic or legendary. If you get a legendary, then it can't be upgraded again, except for Enderman. I don't know how that all works, but apparently Enderman can be upgraded to mythic. But other than that, all the pets max out at legendary. So if you get a legendary with a super enchanted egg, that's great. If you don't, you're gonna have to pay the exact same cost and wait like 5 days or something. It varies depending on how good the pet is in order for cat to upgrade it. And so yeah, I think that is going to be it for this episode. Okay, actually, I think we have enough time. I'm gonna explain some things about my island, and then that'll be it. So the first thing is I have this cobble generator thing where you just sit here, hold down left click, and it mines the cobble. And that's really useful, especially if you have a personal compactor, because that can get you a lot of enchanted cobble, and then enchanted cobble is used for making super compactors. And basically what super compactors do is once the minion creates enough resources, in order for like enough resources for one enchanted version, the super compactor will automatically make it into that enchanted form. I don't remember if I talked about that in the video where I went over my island. I might have, but if I didn't, then there it is again. And of course, so I have super compactors on these obsidian minions because they can't be compacted. But for these quartz minions, I have regular compactors because 4 quartz is 1 quartz block, and you can still turn quartz blocks into enchanted quartz. And so, yeah. But just make sure you know, because like obsidian minions, the obsidian can't be compacted, so putting a compactor on it wouldn't do anything. So just make sure you know if your minions will make compacted stuff or not. Spider minion will not make compacted stuff, so I have a super compactor in him. And yeah, so I think that's gonna be it. The next episode, I'm thinking I'm gonna do like a progress update kind of thing, and then also maybe talk about Enderman Slayer a little bit, because I can't actually. Enderman Slayer is like the most difficult. Okay, it's one of the most difficult slayers, but the main problem is that it escalates so quickly that like Iron Man players cannot they cannot do the Enderman Slayer very easily. And so yeah, that's just the problem with Enderman Slayer. But I will probably explain some of that next episode, along with why I have a bunch of quartz and obsidian minions, and a bunch of enchanted obsidian and quartz in here. I'll explain all that in the next episode. But that's gonna be it for this episode. I hope I explained just everything that you need to know about foraging. I think I did. So yeah. Oak is good for minion storages. Spruce gives you wolf pet, which is a must-have. And jungle gives you ocelot pet. Oh, there is one thing I did forget. So this tree capitator, basically it's like a jungle axe, but like the upgraded version of it, and it cuts down more than what the jungle axe does. Because the jungle axe only, it says it can break multiple logs. It can break probably about 10 or 15, but this tree capitator can break like 30 or something. And so basically how you get this tree capitator is it's under obsidian collection. And I really dislike the obsidian collection because obsidian takes such a long time to get and the minions are super slow. And it takes 8 stacks of enchanted obsidian and a jungle axe to make a tree capitator. So, yes, I did get mine. It took me probably about, I would say a good several days of letting an obsidian minion AFK. And then I also mined for probably a good 6 or 7 hours as well. So yeah, I think that's it. Basically get a tree capitator if you can. If you're not on Iron Man, then buy one. They're really cheap. They're only like $1 million on the auction, I think. And yeah, I think that is going to be it. As I said, E-Man Slayer next episode and explaining my island again. After that, I will do dungeons, probably. Or I might do more explaining with mining stuff, because I did not explain that very well. But other than that, that's probably going to be it. I will say, the day after this episode comes out, I'm most likely going to be streaming on the SMP again. Probably going to the Nether. But yeah, I think that's going to be it, and I hope you guys enjoyed. So anyways, bye.